Okay, so I realized the last time I did a video like this, I did not speak up loud enough. So I will speak up this time, and on top of that, if it looks like I've been crying, no, I am trying not to fall asleep because it's like 10 o'clock at night, and if I go to bed now, my cats are going to be wound up by midnight. They're going to keep me up all night, so if I stay up till 1 a.m., then I can go to bed, and by 4 or 5 in the morning, they'll wake me up playing. That was like a random intro, but whatever. Anyways, I wanted to do this video. I seen Blue Rock Horsemanship. She just did a challenge, or not a challenge video, would you rather video. And she was talking about being kicked by a horse or being bit. So I'm gonna upload this as Vlogmas Day 5, even though the video that you'll see before this is technically my first day. I know I'm not going to be able to complete all 25 days or all 31 days, however long it's supposed to be, because I'm just not that interesting of a person. I literally stay home, hang out with my dogs and my cats, feed them, let them out to go to the bathroom, feed Boog, work with him once or twice, feed him dinner, come in the house, feed my animals dinner, and let them in and out, and sit in my room and watch YouTube, because I don't have a job right now, so my life's pretty boring. Anyways, so she was talking about getting bit or kicked by a horse, a would you rather. And I kind of got the idea of a story time. I think I have told the one story before, but I'm pretty sure I've never ever told the second story before on this channel. Anyways, so I'm gonna tell the story that I haven't told first, and then I'll tell the other story that I think I've told. My hair looks so black, but it's blue and purple. I'm like trying not to fall asleep because of my vitamin D. I've been napping during the day and napping at night. Pretty much I haven't got like a full night's rest. And so my eyes are like burning, like, because I didn't take a nap at all today. Again, if you guys want to see vitamin D and what it causes for my body and the issues that I have with it, I will totally do a video on that. I think that it would help you guys get to know me better and know why sitting down right now talking to you, I'm breathing so hard. Okay, I'm gonna shut up and tell the story. So, being bit by a horse, I have been bit 2 or 3 times by a horse, by separate horses. One of them, I don't remember how old I was. I know I was really young. I think under the age of 10, maybe 12. Pushing it would be 12. And I don't remember if it was Bear Buddy, because as a child, when you're so little, I showed you guys in my get ready for work routine video with me, or I think it was 2 months ago. I think I showed you that picture of me on a thoroughbred. And I was so little, I think I was only 5 or 6 at that age, at that time. And so Bear and Buddy looked very similar to me as a kid because they were the same color. They had white markings, and one was a thoroughbred and one was I believe he was either quarter horse or appendix. Don't remember, again, as a child. I was very, very young. So I don't remember which one it was, and I'm terribly sorry for that. Anyways, and my grandpa has dementia, so I can't ask him. Anyways, so we went out to feed the horses out where Boog is. And at that time, I think we had about 10 horses. There was a point where we had almost 30. I think I've told that story. And I think we had about 10 or 12 horses out there. And we went out to feed, and I was like, oh, I will go for a ride. I always used to cheat when my grandpa would feed. The horses knew right before it was feeding time, and they were so difficult to catch. And as a kid on a ranch, it's if you can't catch your horse, you're not going to go for a ride. If you can't tack up your horse and get on your horse, and you can't handle your horse, you're not riding. And that's what the rule was. And so I was like, well, I'll just kind of cheat and I'll go out with Grandpa and I'll grab him then, right? Like, I'm smart, like, I got this. And I don't remember if it was a carrot. I know one of them didn't like apples. It was a carrot, or they have those alfalfa cubes that you can bend and they break. They're really thick, and we used to feed those as a treat. We would give them, like, we wouldn't feed it as like a meal, or like people feed their grain, and so people sometimes like soak it and feed it. We wouldn't feed it like that. We would just use it as like a catching treat or an after ride like they get 1 or 2 treats and that was it. And our horses never had issues with it. I see all these people out there, oh, well, we have to mash it up and soak it, and or the horses can't digest it. And it's like, there's so many YouTubers that have that issue, and it's like, our horses never had problems. But then again, we don't feed it as a meal, we feed it as a treat. But anyways, back on topic. I ramble a lot. So, sorry if my eyes look creepy. I can't stop doing that. Okay, I gotta focus. So I go out there to, I just find it funny. I go out there to grab my horse. Right, and he's, either way, one of them was, they both have thoroughbred in them. And so they're tall, and I'm like this little kid under the age of 12, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, so I go out there, and my grandpa goes, well, make sure you feed it hand flat. And I'm like, yes, Papa, I already know this. You don't have to treat me like a kid. That he likes it when I hold it like this. He goes, you're going to get your fingers bit one day. Of course, he had to say that, right? So I go out there, and I feed it like this, and he took it. And so I got the halter on him, and I went to feed him another one, just to, like, really let him know that, look, being caught, it's a great thing. You get treats. And my grandpa had said something off in the distance, and if you guys have seen where my tires are when in the introducing a horse to new obstacles video, about 10 feet from there, there's that big, huge rock in the ground, and the ground kind of dips. There used to be a giant pine tree right there, and that's where the feeders, the roundabout feeder that Big eats out of, one was there and one was further out. He was right there by the pine tree. We were right here by the Land Rover. And he said something to me. I think one of the other horses was coming over and, like, swing the rope or something. And so, of course, I looked away. And I wasn't just feeding it like this. I was feeding it like that. And so, of course, right as I looked away, my horse grabbed my pinky and bit hard. And all I remember seeing is, okay, if you don't like blood or don't like hearing about it, plug your ears for maybe 20, 30 seconds. Anyways, he bit my middle knuckle and my whatever. And all I remember seeing is blood just pouring down my arm. And it literally looked like somebody just took fake blood and just drizzled it. And what does my grandpa do? I'm this little child. He's, God, I don't know how old. He's 90 now. And I'm 23. So you can kind of do the math in between that age range. But, hey! Psst! Psst! Damn cats. I throw a pencil. Psst! Psst! Yeah, he didn't even move. He's playing with the can bag and it rips it open. He didn't even flinch to the pencil. Anyways, so what does my grandpa do? Instead of coming over to check on me, he finishes feeding the horse, comes over, takes off the halter off my horse, and goes, I told you, Dolly, because that's what he used to call me, was Dolly. And funny fact, I actually had a mare named Dolly. But anyways, he called me Dolly, and he goes, I told you, Dolly, hold your hand out flat. And he just started laughing and walked away and said, are you coming or not? And locked the gate and went back and put the halter up, put the wheelbarrow up, and went inside. And that was that. And I'm like sitting here thinking, are you kidding me? Like, my hand is bloody. My arm is bloody. I'm bawling my eyes out. There's skin peeling off. And it's like, oh, you know? You're like a little kid and you just don't know what to do. It hurts so bad. This is a full-grown horse. Not no baby or anything. And it hurts so freaking bad. And my grandpa just takes the halter off the horse, told me, pretty much, I told you so, and that was that. And I was like, wow, you know? Wow. So the second story, if I can keep on track, is, I think I told it. But anyways, we had this little filly, and my grandma was asking me to work a couple of them because a couple of them were they were going to be looked at in a couple of weeks, and for a buyer. And some people wanted their horses completely halter broke, completely touch broke, when I mean touch broke, I mean flank and all over the face and all that. These are weanlings. Picking up their feet. Some people wanted them dropping their head for their halter already. Some people wanted them loaded on the trailer. Other people wanted completely untouched, unhandled. Halter broke enough to get them on the trailer, and that was it. And some people didn't want them touched or handled at all, so they'd back up a trailer to the round pen. We would separate the mother, herd the baby on. So yeah, this particular person wanted them touch broke, feet broke, everything broke, right? So I'm out there doing this, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but I was in high school. I was in high school. Maybe it was middle school. It was middle school. Sorry, guys. I've had so many horse-related incidents that it's like... Anyways, so it was in middle school, and I was rubbing on her butt, and she was doing great, and I was trying to wrap the rope around her butt to get her to turn, to get her to yield to the pressure, because that's one of the ways that I start to teach the babies how to disengage their butt and yield their hindquarters. I wrap the rope around, and I'll get a long enough rope that it can go around their butt and around back up to their chest, and I can still stand in the same area and pull, and I'll kind of lean and point, and that's how I get them to yield. But so I was trying to get her to do that. I barely got halfway behind her. She was used to her back feet being picked up. She was used to everything. She was used to being rubbed down, having her feet picked up. I think I already said that. Touching her butt, lifting up her tail. And just for some reason this particular day, she just didn't want it done. And I went behind her, and she kicked me right on the kneecap. I wish I had pictures, but I don't. A perfect horseshoe right around the edge of my kneecap. And I was out of PE for a couple of weeks. And if you don't like cussing, plug your ears. But I called her a stupid motherfucking bitch. And her mom, if you guys know where the round pen is, you know that there's another pasture connected to it. Not where Boog is. Not where I've done the riding demo videos, and not the field. But there's... if you guys have seen my nighttime videos when there's the lamp and you guys can see like the shimmer of the light, it's right there. Anyways, I called her those names and said, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. I took off the halter, took off the rope. I was like, you know what, she's a baby. Come here. Come here. I don't want to get after her too much because I'm upset and I'm angry right now, and I'm afraid if I were to correct her for it, you know, at that time, I really had a really, really bad temper. I'm able to control it much more now. And I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have, like, beaten her or made her bleed or cut her or anything like that. But I would have gotten after her more than you should for a baby. I mean, if it's a grown horse and they're, like, 10, 15 years old and they randomly just kick you like that, then, yeah, I'd say go ahead and get after them. But anyways... so I decided, do you want up or down? Make up your mind. Come here, Annabelle. Sorry, every time I do a video. Anyways, says hello. Mwah. Hello. I gotta stay focused. I get distracted. Anyways, so, again, Wiley's trying to get into the bed. Hold on. Hi, Annie. Okay, I'll just go. Anyways, so I went to open the gate to let the mare in, and I swear she knew that I had called her child dirty names, and as soon as I opened the gate, the mare was normally a sweetheart. She's normally really calm. She'd walk right in, nuzzle you, hang out with you, and then go see your baby. She knew what I called her, kid. That was that. And she, as soon as I opened the gate, normally, since she was so quiet, I would just walk behind her as she was going in and tie the gate open so that the gate wouldn't shut on them going in and out. Wiley! The gate wouldn't shut on them going in and out. In and out. And we would tie a couple of ropes around the round pen gate, different lengths, different heights, so that the baby couldn't go in where the gate's tied open and be stuck in that corner. And so I was going behind the mare to tie that open, and she freaking kicks at me and then like comes head on at me. And so I'm like waving the halter and lead rope that I just took off the baby and finally got the mare away. And when I got out of the pasture, she charged the gate again, and it's like, holy crap. And I swear, honestly, the only thing I can think of is she knew that I had somehow upset her baby, which I didn't do anything. I just went behind her and she kicked me. Here I'm limping out with a big bruised knee. Either she knew that something upset her baby, or she knew that I had somehow offended her baby by calling her something. So that's the only thing I can think of. Those are two incidents that have happened. And I just thought, you know what? Blue Rock did the video on, God, why can't I think tonight? Would you rather? If you guys want me to do a would you rather, leave some comments down below. And I will, if I can get at least 5, I will do it. Because, like, doing 2 or 3, it's not really worth a video. Well, maybe it is with how distracted I get. I'll show you guys Annabelle real quick. Ignore all the pop cans that I'm about to show you. I absolutely love Pepsi, and I drink it way too much, and that's probably why I get such bad headaches. But I will show you Annabelle. It'll probably go dark. What you doing, Annabelle? And then Wiley. Mighty! Wiley! That's his little bed. And yeah, so, I do have a list of videos that I want to do before the 10th. Ooh, good. I want to do the music video. I already did the music video, which was my new intro of Frasier. If you guys like that, I loved editing that. I want to do a vitamin D video, but if nobody's going to watch it, there's no point in doing it. And then I mentioned in my latest video that I just posted, I want to do a standing still while mounted video. Because even though Boog is not broken into ride yet, it is still a very good thing to teach him right now. Right now, I don't have my saddle, as I explained in the last video, and on top of that, the round pin is kind of icy. Boog had an incident tonight, but he's okay. Just so you know, right away, he's okay. I took him around the block. What I like to do, in the winter is wait until it's slushy, icy, and snowy, and part of the road is clear. And somebody's probably like, "Oh, that's probably difficult." No, what I do is I wait until it's been snowing for a week, and then I wait until it's one warm day. Because the last few weeks it's been between 35 and 21 degrees here, and today it was 41. So it was kind of like perfect. And I like to take him and walk him on all of them. If it's like so icy where you barely step and you slip, then I won't do it. I mean icy, like, it's a little slick if you go too fast, but other than that, they're not going to get hurt. And the reason I like to do that is I've been out riding in before in the winter where I'm up on the hill and I'm way back. I used to ride further back, but now we have more wolves and predators and stuff, so it's like I don't like to ride by myself as much, especially on a young horse by myself with no gun. So yeah, but and the roads would be clear, but there would be snow and some slush on the sides of the road. And there's been a few times I've ridden back and it's really slushy on top of the road, or there's fresh snow on top of the road, so it makes it slick, and then the horses panic because when they went there, it wasn't like that, and all of a sudden, like, it changed. So I was walking Boog around the block, and he was doing wonderful, and he is super hard to get to trot in hand, and, like, I have to carry a whip and a long rope and crack it behind me in order to kind of spook him to go forward. And I was like, well, you know what, he's, like, really anxious tonight. He wasn't so anxious like he was dragging me or prancing. You could just see his head was high, his chest was all puffed up, his ears were up. He was excited. And so I took him one lap around the block, walking him through everything, and I was like, well, a couple of times in the deep snow, I was like, well, I wonder if he'll trot in hand. He's, like, really wanting to kind of go. Let's trot in hand. And oh my God, I barely kind of lean, and he's just trotting, ready to go. He's going ahead of me, and I'm pulling the rope back to slow him down. And when we got back to the pasture, he was super excited, super spunky. The pasture was kind of slick, so I didn't really want to lunge him. I tried to lunge him earlier, and it was slick. And so I was like, I'll just turn him loose and kind of go and see what he does. If he takes off and plays he knows his pasture, whatever. If he just kind of looks at me like, you're a stupid idiot, why are you doing that noise? Whatever. And so I kind of like that at him, and he just took off full speed canter, and I thought, shit, he's not going to make the turn. So we were at the tires, and he went towards that big, huge water well. That's what that little house is. It's a water well. But he was going along the fence line. So I was like, shit, he's not going to make the corner because there's rocks, there's snow covering the rocks, and it's slick. He needs to turn before. And so I just kind of left him alone. Didn't want to push him. I stayed up at the top of the pasture to take away all pressure so he could slow down. And for some reason, he must have thought he could make the turn. And as he went to make the turn, he got maybe 3 feet from the fence. He needed to get a little further away because of how slick it was. And I thought, crap, he's going to go through the fence. He's going to get hurt, and we're going to have an issue. Maybe I shouldn't have sent him off to play. Which, if he was that high-strung, he would have eventually sent himself off to play. So, yeah. But he went towards the corner, and all I heard was the fence rattle. And he got both his front legs and one hind leg somehow from a straight run through the fence. He didn't fall. He didn't hit his butt. Nothing like that on the ground. And he just got his legs out and took off running and just ran like 4 or 5 laps and just played. And once he figured out that first lap that he needed to turn wider, he turned wider. He never had an incident ever again. Not a mark on him. There's no missing hair. There's no cuts. There's no blood. There's nothing on the fence. There's no blood or cuts or hair or anything on the fence. And after I fed him, he just took off bucking and playing. He's excited. He's ready to play. So he's perfectly fine. I really would like to do a video of taking him off the halter and the line. The reason I like to take off the halter and the line, if you guys have watched the videos with Skyla, if I take off the lead rope, Skyla still pays attention to me. But as soon as, I've said this in a video, I don't remember which one it was. As soon as I take off the halter, Skyla's like completely like, screw you, I'm done. I don't have anything on me. I don't have to pay attention to you. And so that's why I got to thinking, you know, when I did that video with Boog about him playing and going in the medicine chute, yes, he did go in without the halter, or without the lead rope, but is he going to be the same as Skyla, where if I take off the halter, is he just going to kind of, like, say adios to me and just run up and down the alleyway and pretty much say, screw you, I don't have to listen? Or is he going to be like Rose, where as long as you're doing something with him, he's going to pay attention and he's going to do what he's asked to do, or at least attempt and try to do what he's asked to do. So that's why I'm kind of curious. Not only that, he likes to stick his head through the medicine chute, different parts, and I'm just afraid of, since the rope halter's clip, where you put the clip, hangs so low, whereas the web halter, it's right up against their face. They hang so low, I'm just afraid of him getting caught on something, or if he gets spooked in there and jumps, I'm afraid of him getting his leg through the halter. So, if you guys want to see a video on that, I want to take off the halter and the lead rope and send him out and see if he still pays attention to me or if he just disregards me. So, sorry this was such a long video. I did not mean for that to happen at all. But as we all know, I get distracted very easily. You would think I'm a blonde, but I'm not. Sorry to the blondes, I'm just kidding. But anyways, that's a little story time, a little update on Boog, and some plans that I want to do. If you guys want, you can share this video, you can like it, subscribe, comment, turn on the bell. If you have any video ideas, would you rathers, or anything like that, I'm trying to get in as many videos as I can before the 10th, just in case. And I noticed I'm kind of the only one talking about it on YouTube, and it's like, I mean, I heard it from other YouTubers on their videos, but now I'm the only one, like, worried about it, and it's like, there's other YouTubers that I know that have 600, 500, 400 videos, subscribers, and they don't make money. You can't make money on YouTube until you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 or 40,000, I can't remember which, watch hours. So they could lose their channels too, and I'm the only one like stressing about it, because I like it. I feel like I have somebody to talk to, if that makes sense. Because you guys see my fake friends videos. I don't hang out with anybody. I hang out with my mom, my dad, my grandparents, my neighbor, my sister, and that's it. I don't even hang out with my brother. He kind of disowns us until we have money. Sorry. But anyways, yeah, that is Vlogtober day 5. I know it's technically my day 2 by the time you guys see Vlogtober. Vlogmas. By the time you guys see the other video, that'll be technically day 1. I just didn't title it that. But I will title this Vlogmas day 5, even though it'll be my second. So yeah, I'm going to shut up and quit rambling because it's been 26 minutes and it was supposed to be a 15-minute video, and I get distracted easily because I just do. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed both videos from today. I have a really bad headache behind this eye and my hands are shaking, so I'm going to lay down and I'm probably just going to take a sleeping pill or sleeping tea and say screw it and go to sleep now. Bye guys, and let me know down in the comments what videos you want to see.